And we're live.
It's good for dove hunting.
Really?
Yeah, if you for those of you out there who maybe have a little farmland of your own, if you ever want to create a dove field the legal way. So here's the thing. If you put bird seeds out in a field, you're baiting, right? But if you suddenly become the world's worst sunflower farmer,
like, our yield was 0 again.
It literally is. That's what you do. You plant sunflowers in like in May. I think that's when you got to plant them. Like March, April, May, somewhere in there is when you have to plant these things, and you shoot the birds in like September. So this you're planting this 6 months ahead of time at least, and then when they ripen, when they're big and beautiful, you run them over with a big bush hog. You just chop them all to shit. And of course that sprays sunflower seeds everywhere. And you're like, whoops.
Jesus Christ.
And because it's like in the course of agricultural made up, blah, blah, blah. Now you haven't baited doves. You're just a terrible sunflower farmer.
The worst.
Literally the worst.
Did you remember to harvest before clearing the field? 50 in a row. 5th year in the goddamn row. You know, we're gonna get done right. We're gonna remember to get some sunflower seeds off the goddamn plants.
We forgot to plant the sunflowers, of course, so we would just put out the bait. And, so we've got all this bait put out everywhere, super illegal, and we're having a hell of a time. Like the birds have been coming every day for weeks now. And it's opening day of dove season, and now we're out there with our fucking camouflage and our 12 gauges and shit, and we're just laying it to them. They're dead everywhere. We've got piles of them, and a neighbor comes up and he's like, "Hey, sounds like y'all having a good time," and we're like, "Oh, we're having a blast." He's like, "But just so you know, we've baited this place to hell and back. You know, you can come and shoot, but enter at your own risk." And they're like, "Sure, whatever. Let's go. Yeah, we'd love to shoot with y'all." And so they join us too. And then finally another guy shows up. Like we're having so much fun that you can hear it from a mile away. Like I've killed 90. I have killed 90 at this point. The limit's like 12. But I'm really good, and they just keep coming. What am I gonna go home? Like it's just I'm getting triples. I'm literally getting triple kills. And so another guy shows up that we don't know that well, and he's like, "Hey, sounds like y'all are having a hell of a time. Could I hunt with you?" And Dad's like, a lot of bait out here, a lot of seed. If the game warden comes by, I don't know you, and you don't know me. How about that? And he's like, "Sounds good." So he drives onto the other side of the property, gets out of his truck, puts his camo hat on, gets his shotgun, goes, chick, chick, and the game warden goes, "Excuse me, sir." Guy doesn't even get to fire a shot, but he's already hunting over bait, locks him up, gets him, and starts putting the screws to him. And so he keeps quiet. He doesn't rat us out. And Dad wasn't hunting. He was just with that guy. So he goes through the field like the back way and like alerts us like, "Game warden's here. He already locked up that other fella. Run!" It's like that scene in fucking Breaking Bad where like Walt runs over the gangbanger and he just looks at Jesse and goes, "Run!" And so all these men are running into our house, hiding shotguns under beds, like they're gonna come like looking for him or something like that. Like it's not that kind of.
What do they think is gonna happen?
He can't enter properties without a warrant. I mean, without any like warrant or anything. That's how he got there. He can just trespass right onto your shit. And they put the screws to that guy pretty good, trying to get him to like rat us out. And he ended up having to come back to us and like, "Yeah, the fine was $600." And Dad's like, "Damn, it'd be nice if somebody helped me with that fine so I don't remember anything." There's "I told you weren't supposed to fucking I told you what you were getting into."
Did he pay the whole
Yeah. He probably paid the whole thing, just to keep this fella quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to kill your 300 doves a day.
We massacred those motherfuckers. That was the best dove shoot ever. It was like we were in fucking, I don't know. It was incredible. It was great. It was like duck hunt.
It's funny. You're like, "I got 90 of them." It's like, even then, like 90 doves. What is that? Like 4 big meals of meat.
I don't know. I think you can make a decent meal out of
5 big
10,
meals.
8 to 10. Like if you're really hungry and you're drunk, you could eat a dozen or more for sure.
Yeah, well, they're like White Castle hamburgers. Like the drunker
Exactly.
you are, the more you can power through them.
Yep.